Initializing monetization. Monetization process successful.
Rise and rolls, my fellow YouTubers around the world. Welcome back to another live episode of Live ZMU TV, Raw and Uncut, brought to you by your host, once again, Armand Nicholas. Today we're going to be discussing our future, all right? Many of you have wondered. I got a message from one of our community members that said, listen, I just started my channel not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, and I'm kind of concerned. Is it even worth doing? I've heard a lot about what it takes to be a YouTuber, but is there still room for me in the YouTubing world? We're gonna go ahead and answer that. So our topic today is the future of YouTube. What you need to know going into 2021 if you're a creator or an influencer. All right, so again, the future of YouTube. But before we get started, as usual, make sure that you've hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified of new videos being uploaded every week. And at the end of the video, please take the time to like or dislike the video, and of course put in some comments as far as what you think, to give us a little bit of a feedback of your experience. Let's engage, right? So let's get started. The future of YouTube for both creators and influencer, or maybe even just like you and I. We just have fun doing it, right? Well, there was a research done back in February of 2020. So we're gonna compare some of those numbers to current numbers as of December 2020 going into 2021, and what's to expect in the next few months or years. Okay, now a couple of things. As you know, YouTube now is finishing off their 15th year. They're going into their 16th year, so you know it's been out there for quite some time. So there's been a lot of changes that's been going on pertaining to YouTubing, and of course all of the different changes on how you can utilize it to your advantage. Now in 2020, this is the age of TikToks, Instagrams, tweets, and things like that. So people thought that YouTube was being phased out. Not the case. Not the case actually, okay? So they've got their sights. YouTube's got their sights on Twitch, and Netflix. They're making some changes to potentially go into those markets. And we've seen this, right? We've seen this with a lot of channels that used to be on YouTube that are now on Netflix, that are now on Amazon, that are now on Twitch, right? So to protect that market, YouTube is looking into dominating those arenas. So there's a lot of movement when it comes to that. Teenagers nowadays aspire to create content. There's a lot of teenagers out there. YouTubing is not just for the older individuals or those individuals that are a little bit more versed when it comes to technology. Absolutely not. There's a lot of teenagers that are going into YouTubing just because they've got a lot of content, a lot of things to say that people would probably want to hear, right? Quora Digest, Quora, a platform, right? A community platform, said that YouTube is the biggest, right now is the biggest platform on the internet, which basically is owned by the biggest tech company in the world, right? Google. I mean, we all know this, right? So there's a lot of backing. There's a lot of powerful technology that's pushing YouTube and its platform in front of every user out there, okay? So at the end of the day, we have to consider, where is YouTube at this time? And if I open up a channel today, or if I've been doing YouTubing for the last 6 months, what does it look like for me? What can I expect? Or what's my share of YouTube experience, right? Well, there's a lot of things that you need to consider. So let's look at a few numbers basically done back in February of 2020. Now you got to remember that there's a massive change or a massive influx in YouTube since February due to certain worldwide pandemic that's going on, right? It forced a lot of people to remain in their home. It forced a lot of people to basically utilize their time in a different manner throughout the day. All right, so there's a lot of different numbers, but it is something that is going to stay. It's something that's not going to go away, and it's only going to get better. So back in February, okay, YouTube has over 1 billion monthly active users. All right, now this is interesting, right? If YouTube was a country, it would be the 3rd largest country in the world, right? If YouTube was a country, YouTube would be the 3rd largest country in the world, right? Today, as of December 2020, YouTube surpassed China. All right, YouTube surpassed China in, I guess, population, right? If you look at it as a country. So YouTube now, from February to December, 10 months later, is now the 2nd largest country if it was a country in the world, right? So that's one of the changes. So it's continuing to grow. It's an ever-evolving platform, right? They're making a lot of adjustments, a lot of changes to accommodate people like you and I, and of course the viewers out there throughout the world, right? Now here's what's funny. 80% of YouTube's viewers are outside of the United States. They're not even in the US. 20% is in the US. 80% is from all over the world, right? Obviously, China, Asia, right? China in the, in the Asian the region, right? Middle East obviously dominate the population of the viewers out there for YouTube. Okay, so again, huge growth potential in the United States. They make adjustments to ensure that the growing population of viewers in the United States continue that usage of platform, even with the new up and coming platforms out there. I mean, the most dominant one that basically came into the market in the last couple of years obviously is Snapchat, obviously Instagram and Twitter. I mean, there's a lot of different ones out there, but YouTube continues to dominate in those arenas. Now, this is actually, I think this is a little skewed, this part of it, just because, I don't fit into this category, but on average, they're saying that on average, 40 minutes is being watched every single day from each of those members throughout the month, right? An average of 40 minutes per user on a mobile device is being watched on YouTube. Well, 40 minutes, I mean, I spend hours on YouTube, right? I mean, that's just because I upload content, right? But regular viewers and regular active users, on average of 40 minutes per day is what they're basically dedicating into YouTube on a daily basis. So that's pretty, that's pretty impressive, right? 4 million. And now this changed also back in February. 4 million videos are being viewed per day. That is a lot, you guys. 4 million videos are being viewed every single day on YouTube. I don't even know what those numbers look like, right? I mean, there's a lot of zeros behind it, right? But still, today, they're saying it's over 5 million just because of the situation worldwide. People have nothing to do at their home, right? A lot of people are still confined in their homes, and the best thing they can do is basically browse around YouTube and watch videos all day long, right? So I believe right now it's over 5 million videos are being viewed every single day. So there's a big change for the last 10 months in regards to YouTube usage from members around the world, right? Now here's a big number. 6 billion hours, right? 6 billion hours. This was back in February. This is where the big influx is. 6 billion hours are viewed every single month. Not anymore. 10 months later, right? 10 months later, February to December, it's 1 billion hours per day. That is impressive. That is a massive growth for YouTube. People at YouTube Corporation is probably jumping out of their seats just because of this massive influx from 6 billion hours per month into 1 billion hours per day. That's huge growth in the last 10 months, okay? Now here's another one. 300 hours of the videos are uploaded every minute. Do you guys even know that? 300 hours of video is being uploaded every single minute. This video that I'm making has been going on for the last 10 minutes. That means there's been 3,000 hours that's been uploaded on YouTube while you're watching this video. That is impressive, right? YouTube reaches more of the 18 to 49-year-old categories than any cable network around the world. 18 to 49 years old are probably considered the most dominant category just because profitability, right? I mean, they want to make a profit. They put advertising in front of these individuals. They reach more 18 to 49-year-old people around the world than any cable network out there, okay? Now, here's another one, because a lot of you guys are Facebook users out there. YouTube videos are shared 2 times more than any other videos on Facebook, okay? So what people do typically is they watch a video from YouTube, and if they like the video, they'll share it on their Facebook page or on their Facebook communities, right? 2 times more than any other platform out there. And now this is actually a pretty good data also, because a lot of us are mobile users, right? A lot of us run around with these high-tech phones and gadgets, right? 40% of the views or watch hours or interactions in YouTube are done through a mobile device. Are done to, I mean, you could see it's still considered a mobile device. We know that a lot of our phones nowadays operate like little itty-bitty mini computers, right? Because of the technology that we have. But nonetheless, they're still mobile devices. They're not actual personal computers at home and or TVs at home, right? 40% of it is done through mobile devices. Now that is something to take notice of. Now, for the people that are out there that are creators, for the people that are influencers, for the people that are looking to make some revenue or money off of YouTube for their monetized channels, you have to follow the money. What do I mean by follow the money? YouTube, for the people that makes any money on any of the platforms out there, YouTube surpasses any of the other platforms out there. YouTube creators make 2 times more than Facebook monetization, okay? They make 2.5 times more than Instagram, right? Snapchat, same thing. As popular as Snapchat is, or TikTok, YouTube is 2 times more revenue stream than any of those other platforms. Now, as far as Twitter, I mean, Twitter's gone kind of like on the wayside right now. YouTube is 6 times. YouTubers make 6 times more than Twitter users or Twitter creators, right? So at the end of the day, you have to follow the money. Follow the money and utilize your time effectively. So, once again, YouTube is not going anywhere. YouTube is on a constant growth. There's a lot of changes going into 2021. You've seen a lot of videos out there that have ads that those channels are not even monetized. They're making a lot of dramatic changes to help the community, to help you as a platform, to help you as a creator or an influencer. So once again, I'm hoping that this episode was useful information. If it is, please make sure that you hit that like button, put a comment down below, let me know what you think. I know that we've talked about some really impressive numbers out there, but at the same time, take this into account. YouTube is not going anywhere. It is just growing and growing. So once again, my name is Armand Nicholas. I thank you once again for taking the time to watch this short episode of Live ZMU TV, raw and uncut, brought to you by Team ZMU. See you next time.